All right, I'm going to go over fumbles or the Fumblerooski card. Um, Fumbles are is a negative card that you don't want to have in your hand. It's a card that if you discard on the discard pile and you have a set to lose to your opponent, you're going to lose it if you place that card down. Okay. Now, if you don't have any sets to lose, it doesn't matter. So say you have nothing on the board here and you get one of these cards early and you lay it down, absolutely nothing's going to happen to you. Okay. If you do have a set to lose, so say you have one set right here and your opponent right here has a set of 4, but he's still missing something, or maybe he has nothing, and you lay this down, you're going to lose a set to the next player if they can use it. So if you lay that down, you'll lose your set to your opponent right here, and they get that. Okay. Now, if your opponent is full and already has something, so say they have this, their formation's done already. Same thing. If you lay this down and they can't use it, you're not going to lose anything. It's safe for you to lay down that card. So only in the instance where your opponent can use something, if you lay this on the discard pile and you have something to lose that they have to gain, you'll lose that. Okay. And same again, if they're full and they don't need anything, it's safe to play that card. Okay. The only exception is the black fumble has a power move, but this is a negative component. Okay. So the black fumble card specifically has it to where you can lose a set to the next player, or you're going to lose it to the discard pile regardless if you play it. So whether your opponent needs it or not, if you're not paying attention and you play this card, you're going to lose your set regardless, either to your opponent or to the bottom of the discard pile. You'll just place these cards underneath the discard pile if you happen to play that card. Okay. Now, the way you can get rid of the black fumble if you happen to have it and you have sets. Now, if you have streaks, it doesn't matter. You're not going to lose a streak. It's only sets that you would lose. So if you happen to have this card, you can safely get rid of it if there happens to be, say this was a black streak right here. You could lay that on the black streak and get rid of it there and you're fine. You're not going to lose anything. It's only when you place it on the discard pile. Okay. Another workaround is if you put it underneath, if you stack it underneath another fumble. So for example, if you have this fumble first, or you lay this and this down, you're fine because the action's not being used on it because it's not the top card. Okay, that's safe as well. And the final way of getting rid of the black fumble card, if you have something to lose, is by discarding it last. So if you discard this card very last, or the last card you get rid of on the discard pile, you're safe and you're not going to lose anything. Okay. In a rare scenario, if you happen to discard it and you have a disguise set and you can lose that to your opponent, whether you are bluffing or not, they get to keep it and it counts as a non-bluffed disguise set, whether you are bluffing or not. They're just going to turn it face up. So if you happen to have say this was your cover set and it was fake right here and you had it face down and you lost that to them, or you fumbled it to your opponent, they're just going to flip it up and it's going to be considered a non-bluffed cover set. So one other quick thing, again, if your opponent has a set that they can use of yours and you have any fumble and maybe you're towards the end of the game and you have a fumble card still that you need to get rid of, again, you can safely get rid of this card last or hit it on someone else's pile right here to not lose it to your opponent. So a Fumblerooski you can always get rid of last and it won't you won't lose a set to somebody.